the way Dorit talks, it's like she wasn't a good friend to her.
Yeah.
You know? Like, well, also, PK wasn't a good husband or a good dad. I was gagged.
Virtual reality. Oh my God. Liv Attwood, I am so excited that you're here in the States. I don't call it the States ever, but I'm calling it because you're here.
Yeah, because we call it that. What would you call it?
The US. I guess I call it here.
Yeah, we call it the States or the US, yeah.
Yeah, or I call it this place I'm stuck.
You're like, yeah, where you live, home.
Wait, but how has New York been treating you so far?
I love New York.
For a little fashion week?
Yeah, I'm having a little fashion moment. I love New York. I feel like it's not too much of a cultural adjustment from London.
Mm-hmm.
I've spent a lot of time in LA, and every time I go, I have to kind of remind myself, I'm like, oh, like, people are happy.
You don't have to remind yourself that here.
You know, and I was like, you know, I was met at the door by a really miserable, like, doorman. I was like, I'm home.
Yeah.
It's raining, everyone's fuming, pissed off, like, this is good. I can
Everyone
make it work.
you talk to in New York, you feel like you're inconveniencing,
Yes.
and that makes me feel happy. I don't know why.
It's just a comfortable energy for me.
I also love that you have time to do fashion week, because my thing with you, I didn't know someone could have so many shows on TV.
Neither did I. I'm just greedy at this point.
You are, and also they're all so different, is what I don't, because I'm like, you're talking about plastic surgery, bad boyfriends, getting money in a lot of fun ways. Like, where did was this always the plan, to just have like your hand in all the pots?
To be honest, no, because I think like if I'd said that was my plan, like, you know, 5 years ago, someone would have been like, you're delusional and you need to see a therapist. So I think my plan was to hope to break into hosting, and like my love for reality TV is still very much there, and I actually want to continue to make it. But I was like, is there a world where I can kind of do both and it be semi-reputable? And we've kind of managed to do it. And it's nice to come and do Fashion Week, because I've been filming shows back to back for the last like 4 or 5 years, and I've always been in contracts, and I probably only started being invited to cool fashion things in the last like 2 or so years, because I was a hot mess after Love Island. Like, you know,
you know,
but not someone that's getting invited to fashion shows. So yeah, and then I couldn't go to any because I've been filming. So it's nice to be able to have a little gap where I can actually do it.
So 2 years ago, did you feel anything like made that shift happen, or was it just people kind of getting to know you a little bit more and being like, okay, wait, I want her at my stuff?
I don't think it was anything I consciously did. I think it's an organic bit of growing up, like for real. I'm just a little bit, because I still know how to like throw it down when I want to. And yeah, I think people realizing I had a brain was a big revelation. It was just very shocking for a lot of people. Because when you do reality TV, you lean into like character.
Yeah.
So, you know, you can be like typecast as like, I'm like the screamy shouty one, or I'm this. So yeah, I think seeing just a different version of me.
Also, it's like the producers of reality shows are not going to be like, okay, wait, you're reading a book right now. Can we film that? They're like, drink some champagne, girl, and yell at that person, which we all love to watch. Because you were a fan of reality TV. Was doing it so much, did it make you like appreciate the art more? Did it make you, can you still watch shows and like love watching it, or are you thinking like in the production brain? You know what I mean?
I do. I dip in and out. So I enjoy them, and I'm still a fan. I consume them. But then if I'm watching with my husband, for example, Love Island, it's harder with Love Island because I did it. So I can imagine when a producer intervened. I can imagine when, like, we call it the voice of God, when they speak on the, like, over the sort of sound system, they tell you off, and he'll go, shut up, you're ruining, because I'll kind of narrate and go, I bet the producer just said, and he's like, okay, you're actually ruining it for me.
Which is so funny, because I'm sure so many of your fans are like, wait, watch the show with me and tell me all of that.
Oh, yeah, they'd love that. I should do a watch along, and then ITV would then like fire me.
Oh, that's...
They'd be like ruining our shows. This girl.
I don't know if you could pick, because you have so many fun. Is there a show that you're maybe most excited about coming out this year that you've been a part of? Because I know
Oh, that's hard. Price of Perfection, Series 2, The Surgery. Because I do have like a personal like fascination with everything cosmetic surgery related, and to get that access is just insane.
Because when I saw that was one of the shows you're doing, I'm like, because it's so funny how that topic, it was like taboo in a second, where you know when everyone's just like, oh my god, no, I'm contouring differently, or it's like, you know, oh, it's the lighting in here. I'm like, no, you have a new face, and let's talk about it because it looks amazing.
Yeah.
How was it challenging to get people to want to do that show, or you know what I mean?
A little bit. The casting team are amazing, and every story, every contributor has their own reason for wanting to be part of it. But I do feel like we are going to see, like, we are living through like a cultural shift, I think, with surgery, where one, I feel like people are getting facial surgery younger and younger. I think we're going to see like facelifts in mid-30s going to be really normal in like 10 years. I really do. Not that I think it's necessarily a good thing. I just think that's the way it's going. And I think we're already seeing people being so much more open, but I think we're going to continue to see that.
That's what I love, even because like taking the subway in the city, I'll like see people, I'm like, oh, you have bandages from a nose job. And you just are like, you're like walking with your Trader Joe's bags.
Yeah,
like, you're not care.
Yeah.
And to your point, like facelifts in 30s, I've been seeing so many like people even in like your young 20s starting to get stuff. And I'm like, I didn't even know, like when I was in my 20s, I didn't even know that was an option. I didn't even know that was a thing to do.
I think some of it makes me feel sad for younger guys and girls, because I feel like you say, when I was in my late teens, early 20s, I thought, my God, I thought like, I am unbelievable, I'm knockout out of this world, and I was a mess most of the time. Yeah, but I was like a mess in ignorance, like in peace. But now we weren't on social media like chronically like we are now, so like, no one was going to tell me that, you know, lipstick, smudges and foundation over my eyebrows is a bad look.
And also to the thing too, where I mean, like, I would have like maybe a photo album on like Facebook or MySpace. Like I wouldn't have like videos of all of my angles, like, cause you'll hear people now like, oh, my lower like cheek in this angle looks awful. I'm like, I didn't even know I had a lower cheek until like TikTok came around. You know what I mean?
And did you do the thing where you download the whole digital camera into a Facebook without even checking? Anything could be in there.
It'd be 5,000. It literally would be The Irishman. You know that movie? It would just be that length of Facebook albums, and I'm like, this is all art, and it's just everyone holding Coors Light. Yeah.
Yeah, and there's like probably things in there could like illegal, and I'm like, I don't even care.
Definitely.
Like, should be in prison.
But also, no one will find it because it's photo like 800 of 9,000.
And they've already like lost consciousness. They're like, oh my God.
But I feel it's all, because that is such a thing. Everyone is looking at themselves online so much more, and like in video and everything. Was reality TV, did that kind of did you start to look, because it's a thing with like Housewives after the first seasons, they always are like, okay, well, I'm going to touch up this. Was that a thought, or was you?
So I don't know how the progression's been with like the US version, because I guess it came over here a little bit later.
Yeah.
But with the UK Love Island, I'd say series 1, 2, 3 was super organic, and I think 3 was like the breakout series where it kind of blew up in the UK. So it's so funny actually, because one of our exec producers, I'm still really good friends with him. I was talking to him the other morning. Like, we didn't wear makeup in the day. We obviously smoked. We were constantly on camera. Someone tags me in TikToks, and it's like I'm out on the decking in the morning. I'm in my underpants, a hoodie with a hanging out my mouth. Like, it just was a very. We weren't sort of aware of, I don't think, of the scale, the amount of people watching, and I think after that people cottoned on, so they started upping their game a little bit more, and you know, doing the tweakness before they went in. I started doing stuff after I came out, because obviously when you start getting papped for it's a very strange experience.
I can imagine, yeah.
Because you're like you say, you've never seen your face from the side with flash, like in the dark, and you're like, and I also have like 5 chins.
Running out doing errands, I'm not thinking to look good.
Yeah. So then you start doing little bits and bobs, but like I say, going in there, I was very unaware. I actually feel sadder for the later series now, because they don't have that innocence, which was really pure.
And also just like of not knowing what the show was, you're just like, I'm just gonna be having a fun time. It felt like a little vacation.
In my hoodie smoking, like chain smoking, like that was.
Was there a new cosmetic procedure you didn't know about that you learned about?
Well, that's a good question. I think I was understanding things a lot more. We did a lot on Monjaro and Ozempic, because I think I didn't actually really understand.
I'm on it. Yeah.
You are on
everything,
it. Yeah, so many of my friends are. I mean, literally everyone I know is on it. But I didn't actually understand how it worked, because I thought the injection makes you lose weight, but no, it's the way it controls the way you see food.
It's like
it's so interesting.
The food noise and everything like that. It just makes you kind of like go like, you feel like there's voices leaving your head almost in a way, which is so crazy.
But my food noise was always silence, because I had my mother.
My food noise was so loud because I had my mother.
Yeah, I went to a British boarding school. Like we didn't need Monjaro. There was like Monjaro pumped in through the oxygen vents.
That's just natural. Yeah, you're like, I don't need health insurance for that. Yeah. But I love that is such like, you are tackling all these topics on these shows too, because it is also the things like, that's what everyone is so interested about. Like when you're going out to, like at least the dinners I go to with my friends, I'm like, we talk about like how we look, surgeries. We talk about how people make money and everything like that. It's all these topics that you're just like, I'm just going to start bringing them up.
It is like the dream job, and making these documentaries, like you say, I'm just using my natural curiosity to lead them. And when we go into development meetings and people pitch ideas and stuff, I'm always just thinking, is this something I, like you said, would talk about with my friends? Is it something I'm genuinely nosy about? And if it's not, let's drop it. Yeah. But it's fun. It's a cool job.
It is so fun. And also now that you go to fashion events, you live very fun lives, because you told me you just met an icon this week.
I literally last night was introduced to Teresa, and I mean, Teresa, if you're watching, do you know what? I guess I was starstruck. I kind of lost like cognitive function for a second, because it was loud in there, but I went, oh, hi, how are you? And then she said something I couldn't really hear. So then I just default went, how are you? For a second time.
You short-circuited.
And then she was like, good. I was like, yeah, no, I just literally fucking asked you that. And then her husband, or her partner, husband, he said something about Love Island positive. He was very pleasant. But again, I couldn't really hear him, but then I didn't want to ask him how he was for the 4th time. So then we just...
They would just be like, does she, like, I thought British people spoke English. Maybe she doesn't.
And I had that feeling of, because like I said, I've watched her for well over a decade on telly. I feel like I know her, and it's interesting having that on the reverse, because like I say, reality TV, people approach me like they know me, and they'll join my table in London in a restaurant, and they'll be chatting and going, girl, what are you doing here? I'm like, eating. What you done? Same as you. And then they'll leave.
How are you?
Yeah, and my husband will go, do you know her? And I'll go, no. And like that's the effect reality TV has, but it's really interesting to feel it on the other way. And then seeing her in real life, I was just like, she looks great. I mean, she looks fantastic.
Her body is so good. And like, she's such a fun time too.
Really, yeah. I mean, I don't know, because I just got out of there before I asked her how she was again, but she seemed nice.
I know, I love that because with Hey You, you're tapped into all the like housewives and everything.
Yeah. I mean, like do we get it a little bit delayed? I don't even know now, but yeah, pretty much as soon as you guys do.
Are you watching this season of Beverly Hills?
So I'm like just about caught up, but yeah, I'm watching. It's good.
You talking about smoking a cigarette in a sweatshirt? That's Dorit's now.
Dorit. She's bringing Love Island 3 energy.
Are you loving this Dorit?
I'm here for this Dorit. Yeah, I've always been a big Dorit fan, and I think this is like her vintage season. It's like I think she's in her moment, even though she's going through such a difficult time. Like she's wearing it well.
It's kind of that thing that we were talking about, where it's like when a housewife is going through like maybe like the worst moments of their life, where it's like, wow, she's delivering.
I know, and then it's so interesting, like being a long fan of, like I say, Beverly Hills is my favorite.
My go-to,
yeah, my go-to, and it's like seeing the change in Kyle's identity is so interesting.
How are you loving this metamorphosis of hers?
I don't know. I feel like because to me she was like the queen bee for so long, and she was the one, the popular girl. And like you say, it's like now I feel like, I don't know, it's the way she's showing up, or it's the way that the women are acting to her, but you feel like it's like I feel sad for her when I watch, like not in a patronising way, just in that she's going through a hard time.
She seems really alone. Like, and not just with like the relationship and her kids leaving, like she doesn't have a girl to text anymore.
I know, which like how the hell did she get there? Which is kind of hard to. I know a lot of people are very anti her, and I see a lot of stuff online where they're very. I don't feel that passionately about it, but I think some of her stuff that caught up with her a little bit.
I feel like it's kind of the thing where she was running point for a while, and then all the other ladies are like, well, I'm iconic too.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be iconic.
Yeah.
Do you think her and like Dorit and Kyle can be buddies again? I don't know, because it seems like, I don't even know if they were friends. That seems rough.
Well, the way Dorit talks, it's like she wasn't a good friend to her. Yeah. You know? Like, well, also, PK wasn't a good husband or a good dad. I was gagged.
Wasn't that insane?
I was like, okay, we're going there.
And also because like Kathy Ellen asking it, just assuming she would say yes and then move on to like the lemon pasta. And she's like, actually, Kathy, no.
The lemon pasta killed me. But to me also, that is like what is being a real housewife is. Like, I want to know the dirt. Like, I need your husband on the show, your kids, your job. I'm not really here for housewives that have like...
Nothing.
No.
Because a lot of them don't.
That feels like that's not fair. That's not the deal.
Mm-hmm. Are there any housewives that are really boring you with that?
There's a few. I think I haven't been able to get into new Roni. I haven't. Like, if I'm honest.
Mm-hmm. You're not alone in that. I know a lot of people struggle.
But then there's only so many hours in the day to watch telly and make telly. I think so. Like, you have to kind of cut your losses somewhere. I think I dipped out early on. I think I need to. Do I need to go back or not?
Have you watched like OG Roni at all?
Yeah, and I was obsessed, obviously. Like Ramona, like, you know.
I like the new Roni girls are fun.
Okay.
And I feel some of their partners do get in the mix. Mm-hmm. And you might like it because a lot of them just like, I'm like, I want their apartments and their clothes.
Yeah.
And honestly, if you're going to a lot of Fashion Week stuff, they're going to probably be popping up all around.
Oh, maybe I need to dip. Because old school Roni with like Bethany and the whole gang, it was just balls to the wall insane. I love that.
I feel you would love Sai on the new season.
Okay.
And because she's like a fashion girl through and through too, and her style I really like too. So I think you guys could vibe. And she's a fun girl to like talk.
Oh, and she got a good vibe.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I know you do your podcast too.
Yes.
But that's more like you're giving advice to everybody. So
wow.
You try.
I try. Yeah.
You try.
I'm unqualified.
But that's usually
it's
what
like unsolicited talking.
And you're giving it for free, so that's okay. It's not like you're charging a copay.
Yeah.
You know how much money I've given to therapists that have just told me to breathe? I'm like, I don't know what to do with that. Like,
it's so true.
So you're like, at least I can download and get to be told to breathe.
Yeah.
What has been some of like the craziest stories you've heard on that?
On the podcast?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Because you've been doing it for a minute.
Yeah. I mean, we had Katie Price on. Do you guys know Katie Price? And she just told so many stories. And then, you know, I don't know how it works here, but we have obviously my producers and we have sponsors. I mean, some of them we obviously just couldn't use. Because you have to somewhat kind of filter what you put out. But I love Kate because she's always really honest. Mm-hmm. You know, she doesn't care.
And also the thing too, you have to sometimes filter things out because you're like, okay, well, I don't want to get sued.
We've had, there's a little bit of like protecting yourself and protecting the guests, and they just say just something completely off piece, and you're like, I don't know if I love that for my show, but you're entitled to your opinion.
But I feel this because what I was saying to you, I feel like you have that energy where someone will just start like opening up about everything to them.
Do you think?
Yes.
That's good.
Yeah,
I like that.
I could see why people are making confessions, talking to you,
and also,
that could get them in trouble.
I love provocative, like naughty people. Like that's who I'm always drawn to in a room. Like if I feel like someone is, I don't know, like if we were in a room and someone fell down and they were holding they smashed their wine glass, I'm gonna look to who's sniggering and I'm like, you and me are gonna get
That's
on.
your person.
Like, we are gonna connect. But it has to be the dark humour that makes everyone else go silent, and that's how I know that I like you.
I'm obsessed with that.
That's why I get on with gay men. Because the dark humour is just there.
And we just like to laugh at people.
Yeah. Yes.
In a loving way. Yeah. Like, I'm not going to laugh in front of the person's face because they fell, so they can't see. But yeah. So what other fashion hits are you hitting this New York Times?
Doing Tory Burch, which I'm very excited about. And then just other bits and bobs around the city. Like. Do
you have any like New York people that you hope to see? Like, do you have any of like, because I feel like so many like celebs and everybody also are obsessed with Love Island, so I'm sure they're obsessed with you. So I feel like they're gonna be doing to you what you did to Teresa at fashion shows too.
Just going, how are you? How are you? How are you? How are you?
You have to know now that you know that. Just say, good. No, I'm good. No, I'm still good.
I was in a store in Soho the other morning, and this girl, she went, and then she went. And I went, oh, got double. And she went, I erred at the Birkin, and then I realised it was you, so now I'm double erring. I was like, yeah, please at the Birkin. I waited 2 years to get her.
And that was the first thing I saw when you walked in. She's stunning.
Oh my God,
you waited 2 years.
Yeah.
And also, can you, like, because I don't know if you watch Married to Medicine.
I've watched a bit.
It's a show on Bravo, and one of the girls just got her first Birkin, and she told all the girls to come to a baby shower. They thought she was pregnant. It was for her Birkin.
Oh, that's hilarious.
And it's funny because they're all like rich doctors on the show. They're like, I have two.
Yeah.
They're like, we're not that impressed.
Yeah.
Was it a moment to get the Birkin?
For sure, because I mean, look, people get really hasty on the Birkin game, you know, and it's like it is kind of sad. But obviously, there's two ways to get one. You either play the game and you wait and you buy it in store, or you buy a resale for like £40,000. Who the spends that? It's already an obscene amount of money spent on a handbag. Yeah. Who's actually buying resale at those prices? Like that's mad to me.
And I'm like, I don't know what that Birkin's been through then.
No.
If someone's in a state where they have to sell their Birkin, I'm like, it's seen too much shit.
Like the tax lawyers were coming and they were like, yeah, you need to sell all your shit. The energy might be bad.
That's the thing. I gotta sage that. Yeah. Wait, did you see the third way? You could just get the Walmart fake Birkin?
Oh my God. That was over Christmas. I was so deep. We don't even have Walmart in the UK. But I was so deep in it. The people what I don't like is people that get so bent out of shape over a handbag. So you've got like the fashion side of TikTok who are like literally like ripping their hair out over the people carrying their fake Birkin. I'm like, who actually cares? Like, who cares? It's not that deep.
And also, like, if someone wants a fake bag, I'm like, who?
They're like, the handle's going to fall off in like 3 days. Let them have their fun. Like, just stop being such a hater for no reason. True. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, you know.
I love that because some people are so against fake designer bags. And I think even Jenna Lyons on the new Roni said, who cares? Like, and I'm like, she was like the creator, like, she ran J. Crew. And if she's saying you get a fake bag, you get a fake bag.
Like, it means that you've got something people want. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? If they're going to, like, rip it off.
That's
like,
true.
It's just like, I know if you want to go, like, political with it, there's fake, is there some, you know, crime and stuff that apparently funded by like the counterfeit market, but in something like Walmart, or if they're making like something in the likeness or TikTok shop, whatever, I really don't care.
But I'm like, isn't everything bad? I'm like, can I just have something I like
to
put my things in?
Like consume in peace, please.
Wait, you just described how I want to live the rest of my life.
Just
to consume in peace. Wait, because you did the Birkin 2 years ago. Is there anything that's on your wish list to buy now?
We always do a new wish every year, so you update it. So this year I think I've got Kelly's on there. Yeah, I'm gonna try and go into my Kelly era. How is this a real conversation? Imagine if I had a real problem to fucking talk.
And then I'd be like, honey, I don't know. I'll send you my therapist to tell me to breathe.
I'm getting a like Kim Kardashian, people are dying, Kim, oh no, Kourtney, wasn't it? People are dying.
I'm trying to enter my Kelly
era.
I'm
trying to get a Kelly.
Yeah, you know what? You can have your Kelly, watch Meghan Markle's Netflix show, and then just...
and do your charcuterie board.
I feel maybe there'll be an episode on that where she's like, I'm gonna get the Kelly.
Oh yeah, that would be good.
I didn't know there was, because that's the thing with the Hermes, you have to like, so now you have the Birkin, you can get the Kelly?
So there's not like, people always think there's like these set rules and things. There's really not. I mean, there are certain bones to like a relationship you need to have in the store, and they offer you bags based on, there's various different myths, whether it's based on spend or how often you go in there, or all these different things. But yeah, you become a loyal customer.
I love that, and it's worth it. And you have the little chain on it too.
I've got a little chain on there, yeah.
Wait, outside of Beverly Hills, is there a Bravo show or like that you are also obsessed with right now? Before we let you go, just if you have any hot Bravo takes, you need to let out into the universe.
Well, Andy Cohen. Okay. So he came on. So you know, I do this. One of my other many jobs. We have this show called Loose Woman. Yeah.
Yes, I'm obsessed. Yes.
So it's like The View.
Better than me. I'm in America, so I can't say that, but you know what I mean. Yeah.
Yeah. So he came on. He was a guest, and when he was, because they did the Hey
You.
The Hey You Fest, and he was so lovely. Yeah.
He was so fun.
But yeah, and I wanted to talk to him more. Actually, I was like, gutter. You know, you feel like someone's like leaving, and you're like, I have so many more questions.
I know, because he likes it when he has the chance. He likes to gossip too.
Yeah, I can imagine like over a martini, he would like give you the dirt.
He knows everything.
Well, of course he does. Vanderpump fan. Like through and through.
Do you feel it was time for it to go?
I don't like change.
Wait, what's your sign?
Taurus. Are you Taurus?
Yes.
Don't like change.
That's why I don't like change, and I like to just let me consume in peace.
Don't like change, and I don't like new people. Yes. So like a new housewife like really froze me for like a month.
Yes.
I was that person at school. I'd never be mean, but a new person in the class would ruin like my sleep pattern. I'd be like, oh my God, I don't know anything about this person. Like, where they could be a serial killer.
There's a new person in my class, and I just want a Kelly back.
I'm like, I don't know how I'm gonna cope.
Wait, so then did you love Ariana running point for the Love Island USA?
I think she's a perfect host. I don't know if she's coming back or what.
I don't know.
But she should. I think she makes sense.
I know, and I feel all the other, at least I'm glad she's cashing checks outside of Vanderpump.
Yeah.
Because those are the kids that stress me out.
If you could like capitalize or just have something terrible work in your favor, like she's wrote the blueprint on that.
She really did. And
like imagine that happening to you, and then look at the money and the deals and the
And also I feel now, I hope she wakes up every day like, thank God. Because what the hell was I thinking?
Yeah, because he's out there on the traitors, just
sweating through shirts, looking a mess. Liv.
He's doing gigs with like 5 people. It's just there's a look.
5. That's the staff. That's the bar back, waving the towel, clapping for him. I'm dead. Wait, did you find plastic surgery stuff to make his sweat less? Isn't there
just Botox?
Okay, he needs that.
Like you just Botox your pits and you just
Wait, did you watch the ballet?
I didn't.
No, because I know you don't like change, and I was against it too. But it's the old school faces. Oh God.
So like it's Jax,
Brittany, Kristen, and then Lala and Sheena.
And is it a bit more messy?
It's so messy.
I feel like I would like it.
Because they're in their like 40s with kids still acting like they're and it's like every marriage is crumbling.
Okay, that's how I want to be with my kids as well. So that makes me feel better. Because I always think like I got married and I was like, oh God, am I going to be boring now? And my husband's like, you have like 5 personalities, so I doubt it. But yeah.
Something tells me that will never be an issue you have.
Okay, thank God.
Yes, but I don't think you're going to be as intense as the ballet because I don't think you'll end up like that. But because they are going through it all.
Right.
But you'll be a happy medium.
It's a lot to unpack.
Yes, you'll be the Kelly size. All right, are you still craving a little more tea? Evan, tell them where to go.
Make sure to like and subscribe to Page 6 YouTube to check out all of our exclusive virtual reality interviews and more.